The cultural and practical value of reading. A Stoic's perspective on the enduring power of books, instant gratification, and digital overstimulation. Reading books, especially for leisure or self-reflection, can seem like an outdated luxury and provides a moral compass amid the chaos of life. Books are not just bundles of paper or digital files. They are vessels of wisdom, tools for introspection, and instruments of human advancement. This essay seeks to explore the cultural, psychological, philosophical, and practical dimensions of reading. Drawing inspiration from Stoic thought, we will analyze how reading contributes to individual growth, emotional resilience, civic engagement, and cultural continuity. Along the way, we will examine how books serve as companions in solitude, mentors in adversity, and gateways to understanding both the self and the world. Books as cultural memory and identity. Books are the memory of civilization. From ancient clay tablets to modern ebooks, societies have preserved their knowledge, myths, values, and dreams through the written word. Reading, then, is a bridge across time, a conversation between the living and the dead. Hose 1.1 Historical Continuity. Consider Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, and a Stoic philosopher. His personal writings, later compiled as meditations, have survived for almost 2 millennia. When we read his words, we are not merely accessing history, we are engaging with a man's inner life across centuries. Reading becomes time travel with purpose. Books preserve cultural identity. They safeguard indigenous languages, philosophies, and ways of life that might otherwise vanish. In the same way that oral traditions pass down wisdom, books ensure that these insights remain accessible across generations and borders. Sanai, shared human experience. Reading connects us with experiences far removed from our own. Whether it's the tragedies of war in Tolstoy's War and Peace, the quiet despair of isolation in Virginia Woolf's Mrs. Dalloway, or the rational endurance in Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning, literature allows us to feel empathy for others. It fosters what Stoics call cosmopolitanism, the belief that we are all citizens of one universal city. And ething, reading as a practice of inner development. The Stoics believed that philosophy should be practiced, not merely studied. Reading, in this light, is not an escape, but a discipline, a form of moral and intellectual training. Intellectual clarity and discernment. Seneca wrote that we should read not many books, but good ones. In the world drowning in information but starved of meaning, reading books thoughtfully helps us develop discernment, a key Stoic virtue. By engaging with rigorous arguments, analyzing opposing viewpoints, and reflecting deeply, readers train their minds to be less reactive, more reasoned, and better equipped to judge both themselves and the world. 2.2 Emotional regulation and resilience. Reading can also be a source of emotional fortitude. Literature gives voice to grief, despair, love, and triumph. In doing so, it reminds us that suffering is not unique to us. When we see how others endured, we too can find the strength to persist. For Stoics, the aim is to live in accordance with nature and reason, accepting what cannot be changed while improving what can. Reading books that echo these themes, from Epictetus to modern psychological literature, can reinforce this mindset and provide strategies for living with dignity amid uncertainty. Practical benefits in the modern world. While Stoicism values inner virtue over external success, it does not reject practical benefits. Reading enhances many cognitive, social, and economic capacities that are highly relevant today. 3.1 Cognitive and educational advantages. Reading improves focus, vocabulary, comprehension, and critical thinking. It enhances memory and cognitive flexibility. Neurological studies show that reading, particularly narrative fiction, activates brain regions involved in empathy, imagination, and moral reasoning. It's no coincidence that lifelong readers often excel in professional and academic settings. They are better at processing complex information, writing persuasively, and adapting to changing situations. 3.2 Career and leadership benefits. Great leaders are often great readers. From Abraham Lincoln to Barack Obama, from Warren Buffett to Oprah Winfrey, many attribute their insights and decision-making abilities to a habit of daily reading. Books offer case studies in leadership, failure, ethics, and innovation. They can simulate complex scenarios that prepare the mind for real-world challenges without the cost of failure. 3.3. Better communication and empathy. Reading literature fosters emotional intelligence. It helps individuals read between the lines, not just in text, but in life. Whether in conflict resolution, teamwork, or negotiation, the ability to understand and articulate others' perspectives is invaluable. 4. Reading in the digital age. A battle for depth. The modern digital environment encourages skimming, scrolling, and superficial engagement. Attention is fragmented, and the average person is bombarded by thousands of pieces of information per day. 4.1. The tyranny of the feed. Social media, while not inherently bad, promotes passive consumption. It rewards quick reactions, emotional extremes, and binary thinking. Reading books, by contrast, demands active engagement, sustained focus, and tolerance for ambiguity. Stoicism teaches us to value what is in our control. Our attention is one of those things. Choosing to read a book rather than doom scroll is a Stoic act of reclaiming agency. Soon slow thinking and deep work. Daniel Kahneman distinguishes between System 1, fast, reactive thinking, and System 2, slow, reflective thinking. Reading books exercises System 2. It trains us to reflect, to process deeply, and to resist impulsive judgments. In a world of instant answers, reading fosters patience, the ability to sit with questions, to delay conclusions, and to appreciate complexity. This slow thinking is crucial, not just for personal growth, but for democratic citizenship. Add reading as a Stoic ritual. Like journaling or meditation, reading can be a daily ritual, a form of premeditatio malorum, the Stoic practice of anticipating life's challenges with clarity. 5.1. Morning preparation, evening reflection. Starting the day with a few pages from a Stoic author, Seneca, Marcus Aurelius, or Epictetus, grounds the mind in principle. Ending the day with literature or philosophy calms the spirit and encourages reflection. Books become not just educational tools, but companions, silent, wise, and endlessly patient. 5.2. Cultivating the inner citadel. Stoicism teaches us to build an inner citadel, a place of strength untouched by external chaos. Reading reinforces this citadel. It adds bricks of wisdom, mortar of perspective, and a roof of calm over the mind. Reading and the common good. Reading isn't merely a private act. It has social implications. A literate, thoughtful population is the foundation of a free, just, and resilient society. Chapter 6.1. Civic engagement and moral imagination. This fosters moral imagination, the ability to envision justice for others, not just for oneself. Democracies rely on such imagination. People who read widely are more likely to vote, volunteer, and participate in civic life. They understand context, history, and the complexities of public policy. Reading is, in this sense, a civic duty. 6.2. Resisting propaganda and groupthink. In an era of misinformation, reading widely and critically is a shield against manipulation. The Stoic concept of autarkeia, self-rule, requires mental sovereignty. Books provide the tools to think for oneself, to question authority, and to resist being swept away by trends or mobs. Conclusion. The Stoic reader in the modern world. To read is to choose depth over distraction, virtue over vanity, and wisdom over noise. It is to sit quietly while the world clamors, to listen to those long dead, and to think beyond the next notification. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. What better way to dye our souls in enduring colors than through the pages of great books? Reading is not merely useful. It is essential. It is how civilizations persist, how individuals evolve, and how Stoics are made. In an age that tempts us to forget, to react, and to consume, reading helps us remember, reflect, and grow.